We sold our house on the edge of town and sold my business in order to start our new journey and buy 20 acres of rural, undeveloped land to try our hand at homesteading. With zero experience, we are planting, growing, harvesting, preserving, raising livestock, building our home ourselves, beekeeping, homeschooling, really everything homestead you can think of, we are trying. We invite you to come alongside us in this learning adventure. If this interests you, which I pray it does, please subscribe to our channel and do please interact with us. We can all learn from each other. Good morning, camper family. My name is Lee with Camphomesteadacres, and today I am bringing you along to continue on the garden and our germinating process. So here I am showing you my seed system from the previous year, and I will show you how I collect the seeds and preserve them for when we need them. I just, funny enough, use this pizza box, small like bread pizza box, to dry out the seeds. I put them on paper towels, put the date on them, label it with what it is so I don't forget. And once they are dried, I then transfer them to an envelope where I then label again using the information on the paper towel. So seeds need to be stored in a dry, dark place, and that's why I decided to use this pizza box and then store the pizza box inside my seed container. It's just what works for us currently, and so if it's not broke, don't fix it. And here I am starting to label my seeds. I get these little envelopes from Amazon. If you're interested, I can link them down in the description box. I'm not sponsored, but if you're interested, I can do that for you. Super handy. I like the layout of these seed envelopes. And then I use an erasable pen. That way I can continue to reuse the envelopes. What you doing?
We're prepping the soil, pre-watering the soil. It's a seed starter soil, and the key thing is to get it moist before you load it into these shells, because it's kind of dry, and if you try to water it, don't pre-water it, and then you go try to add water to it, it kind of foams up. The water won't penetrate the soil as well as like this, pre-mixing it. So yeah.
Got it all mapped out. We're ready to plant.
Yeah.
What's hot? The jalapeno?
Yeah. It's a
well, that says J pepper, so that's
jalapeno pepper.
So what's a
hot is a hot mix.
Oh, okay.
That's all I know we're gonna get.
Oh, okay.
Cayenne sea pepper. That's a Dalton. I don't know. I think that's a habanero, but probably not. I don't know. We'll find out what that is. The free seed. So that's what that is. It's a datil or something.
And so all of this is Roma, and then that's the start of the steak.
Yep.
Okay, just so I can understand your way of thinking. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Roma all the way here, and steak all the way.
So you did it differently here. So orange should be here, because then it's from here to here, right? That way it's all the same.
I did this.
Yeah, that way yellows are all right there, reds. Okay. All right, and then I am starting these purples right here. We'll see if they germinate. We don't think so because they're store-bought, but they're not heirloom. So I'm just going to try and see. Just like these apples. These were store-bought apples that I ate, and then I saved the seeds, got them to germinate months and months and months later.
But what did we find about apple seeds tonight? Don't eat them.
Oh yeah, you can't chew on the seeds because if you crush the seeds, it's got arsenic or something in it. I sent that to you because you like to eat the entire apple. Core and all.
Who are you talking about?
You.
I do that?
Yes.
That's my problem then. Freaking got issues with trying to unlive myself, I guess. I don't do that.
Yes, you
When was the
have.
last time you just watched me eat an apple?
I haven't seen you eat an apple in a long time.
No, well, see, I mean, you're making
What
a
do you mean,
story.
see?
What are you making the story up from?
Because I have seen you
No.
eat more than once an entire apple,
I won't
core
eat
and
the
all.
seed.
Stem, seed, core, all of it.
No.
Okay.
No.
The arsenic's already gotten to you.
Probably. No problem. That's probably what you're putting in on my food. That's why you keep on getting apples and saving them.
Yeah.
Sharing the seeds.
You're right. I have no other use for the seeds.
Well, you want to get now a supply. No, you want to get a full supply. Dude, this is tedious. This is 160 of them. Do you believe that? So we're gonna have to get serious about getting some other pots. Oh man, I gotta go. I gotta order a big old.
Yeah, get them from Amazon so it's cheaper.
Yes. You think TikTok Shop will supply me?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
They won't.
Okay, so here we have already gone through our seed box, collected all of the seeds from the previous year that we were wanting to plant this year. And each little vegetable gives you a lot of seeds. So you really don't need to collect as many seeds per vegetable that I do. I just can't seem to throw anything away, especially when I know that you could grow food with it. It's so important. So I save all of the seeds anyway, and we choose the ones that we want to plant, and then we plant 2 seeds per pod, because we had read, especially with peppers, that when growing into plants, they help support each other, stay upright. So that's why you see us planting 2 seeds per pod. We're trying that this year to see if it helps at all. And here they are, all encased with UV lights on. I have created playlists for every single video that I've created here on YouTube, and I always add them in the description box below each video. With that said, I do have an apple tree growing video, which gives you a lot more detail than what I am showing you here on my entire germinating process. So if you're interested in that, please do find that and watch that video as well. I was pretty blessed this go round. It looks like all of the seeds have successfully germinated and sprouted a little root. Look at these sweeties close up. Oh my goodness, can you get anything cuter than this? I was so proud. Like, there's no prouder moment. I mean, obviously, in parenting and stuff, there's prouder moments. But, like, when it comes to homesteading, there's no prouder moment than the literal fruits of your labor. So, yeah, I didn't have a single unsuccessful germination. They all, like I said, sprouted little roots, and we are ready to get these little babies in some soil so we can really see their full potential. This is what is absolutely amazing. This is the very next morning. I planted these, evening yesterday, and this is the very next morning. It's amazing how quick, they were just ready. How quick they respond to being planted. Now, I may have some duds because I don't see anything poking out here yet. I think I did the last several pretty deep because they had really short, shallow root system. So maybe it'll just take a little longer. This one's peeking out, but this one is not, and this one is not. So it'll be interesting to see if they all become successful. I probably won't be able to plant these in the ground this year. So this is next year's batch. This whole line of them are doing really well. Really happy to be here. And then these are all from last year, as I stated. And so they are tall enough to go in the ground here in the next, I would say, in the next week or 2 weeks, I'm going to be getting them in the ground. They need to because they've outgrown these and I don't want them to die. So I'm going to be planting them in the ground where they need to be. Just looking at these leaves, I know that they're all going to be different, different types of apples. And this little fella is from this same batch of seeds, but she was in the ground a week prior because she germinated a lot quicker than the others. So that's why she's as big as she is. Such a sweetie. And I had this propped up because she was growing funny. She was growing way slanted. And so I just had that to prop her up, and now she's already straight. So she doesn't need to be propped up anymore. But yeah, these two are really good. I'm going to try to research to see if I can find out what apple trees these are. I noted in my original apple tree video. If you've missed that, I'll link it in the description box below. But if you get seeds from a store-bought apple, and it's a particular apple, I have learned that you are not guaranteed that that's the type of apple you're going to be getting. Actually, you won't be getting that exact apple because apples are mutated and mutated and mutated so much that you just don't know what you're going to get. So you don't know what type of apple tree you're going to get until later. And maybe I can try to figure out what apple trees we're getting by the way the leaves look this year. But they look a little different, like this one compared to this one, compared to this one, and then these. So it'll be interesting to see what I have. This little guy lost all its leaves, but it is growing. Yeah, and you see the fruit flies are already going crazy. I can't get this thing to focus, but you can see little bitty green coming. Super excited. And so far, unfortunately, my purple bell peppers are not growing. This happened last year too. I'm so sad. I'm going to give it a couple more days. It might just be a waste of effort. I hope not. But nothing yet for my purple ones. Everything else seems to be doing beautiful. I don't know if you can see the greenery from in there. Since these are doing well, I don't want to open it up because the whole point of this system, if you see the condensation, that's how they get watered. So I don't want to open them up. I didn't mind doing this one because it may not be successful anyway, but I don't want to mess with any of the other ones. And then here are our tomatoes. And here I'm just doing my nighttime routine, which may look different than yours. I give the girls fresh water. We put the girls up in the shed, give them a little bit of grain, give them fresh hay, and they are good for the night after I say a nice little prayer of protection over them. But this is where I'm going to end today's video. It was short and sweet, but I am looking forward to the upcoming video in getting back to our garden. If you made it this far, I sure appreciate you. If you haven't already, please do click on the like button. It sure does help my small channel out. And if you also liked what you've seen and you haven't already, and you would like to see more content like this, please consider subscribing. It is free to you, and I sure would love to have you along as part of the family and part of the process. I truly don't take any one of you for granted. I am so blessed to have you a part of my life and a part of this journey. As always, be blessed and be a blessing. Bye.